My name is Vaidė. I'm from Lithuania, but currently I live in the United Kingdom. All my life, I used to say that I hated sports. I always struggled with weight, and I realized, I want to be healthy. I want to be there for my children. But I've always loved swimming, and then I kept running. I thought cycling I can do. So that's how I came to triathlons. I was looking for something which is structured and functional for my rest days. I knew my upper body was quite weak, and so I knew my wrists were weak. I knew my shoulders, were hurting from swimming. Well, actually, I had quite a few problems. I actually sprained my ankles loads of times when I was a teenager, or I had fractured an ankle, so that was a problem. Reading the elements description when it says flexibility, function, and mobility of wrists, shoulders, lower back, hips, knees, and ankles, and I thought, I need everything. That's when I got the elements, and I thought, I'm gonna, throughout the winter, I'm just gonna work on those little things that I know were not working. One of the most important ones is that I'm actually enjoying it, because whereas before my rest days, they used to be boring. It's the same Pilates exercise that I found, YouTube video, which I found. Now, I've got something, and I know every session is different, and it builds me up to something. Strengthening my upper body for swimming, and especially sorting out my shoulder pains and flexibility, strength. And I've been told in one of my sessions with a physio that the reason why my shoulder was hurting was because one of the muscles was particularly strong, but some of the other ones in my rotator cuff was weak. It's interesting that without really noticing, I think what Elements is doing, it's actually strengthening all the little muscles there. Where it comes to running, it's the ankle flexibility, that what I need to work on. I know because of my fracture that I had, and sort of overpronation problem, which I sort of have, so I know it helps me with this, all the deep squats and bear walks. So it just supplements all those little things. I think that is so easy to neglect when you do the other sports, like repetitive sports, day in and day out. One of the things as well that I measured the first time round, I thought I want to do the crow stand. And the very first time, I couldn't even lift my feet off the floor. My head's on like a pillow or whatever. I couldn't lift my head, my feet off the floor because my shoulders were so shaky and my wrists were so unstable, so I couldn't even balance at all. And fast forward a couple of months, and I actually was able to hold that for about 10 seconds. So the stability, the strength, that's the biggest thing for me, I think, especially, as I say, for my upper body, which was totally weak before. I know I'm stronger. I know my wrists are stronger. I know some pains are gone, and it gives me confidence that it's actually possible, to move on. The confidence, that I can actually do things, and even I can set little goals or bigger goals. I'd love to do a pull-up one day. Obviously, a couple of years ago, I couldn't even hang on the bar. My wrists were that weak. I can hang on the bar now. And obviously, the pull-up is far on the horizon, but I know it is possible. So that's the confidence that it gives me, that's important. When it comes to my kids, they see all this, and I know that inspires them too. I've always said to people, if I can do this, then you can do it too. Because, if all my life I said I hated sports, and look at me now, I'm actually enjoying it. So I know it is possible to change. And what I really like about Elements is the constant encouragement that it's okay not to be able to do it to that level what's on the screen is really encouraging. It's not always like you trying to do the perfect, unachievable. You actually see we are all in this together. We all can do this. It's possible. All people of different shapes, of different flexibility, with different pains, they can do this.